there's several things we can do if we are caught in overthinking and worry and maybe fear of judgment or doing the wrong thing, whether it's in sports or just life. And so, for some people, it helps just to notice things that they can see, maybe 5 colors they can notice around them, just to kind of get them out of their heads a little bit and back into the real world. So, what colors can you see? What shapes can you notice? What sounds are actually occurring now, and now, and now, and being curious about the tone, the pitch, the frequency, the timbre, the volume, the qualities of sound, the qualities of vision. Is there any smell I can notice? Can I sense into the bottoms of the feet? Like what kinds of sensations can I notice in my heels, and my arches, and my toes? Is there a sense of heaviness or lightness? What's the texture in the bottoms of my feet? How is my belly acting when I'm breathing? Am I breathing with my belly or my diaphragm or my chest? Am I breathing at all? And so really tuning into the qualities of our physical experience or the qualities of our external experience, or at least what we sense from the eyeballs and the ears and the tongue and the nose, just to kind of help us to reconnect with our actual experience and help us to kind of get out of our heads a little bit. And then maybe we can revisit how we need to approach things, or how we can respond in a more of a flow state, using more of our natural rhythms and our intuition. So
Yeah,
those are a few cues that we can do to kind of help us to recenter.
absolutely. And as you say, we live in a world that values being in our head and processing, which in brainwave terminology is beta wave activity, a higher level of brainwave. And of course, the higher you go up in beta wave, you go from processing to anxiety, to obsessiveness, to delusion, the more you think about it, right? And a lot of people just can't get out of that mindset. They can't go down to the alpha stage of relaxed wakefulness, where their mind isn't churning and processing, they're just being and experiencing. I believe a lot of people just simply can't do that very well. And I have to say, it is an amazing experience when you've been doing some mindfulness activity and you happen to be walking along and then you discover, I'm actually not really thinking about anything. I'm just, wow, I'm just taking this in. It's an amazing experience because so many of us have been taught and have trained our brains to be in this beta wave processing, churning, thinking all the time. And you can't do that. Well, you can, but you're losing a lot. And then the danger of that is you go from processing, thinking all the time to collapsing almost, where you're exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not the same as mindfulness. That's fatigue.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I think the encouraging news is that we all can train ourselves to be more and more present and to slow our inferential thinking down. It just takes baby steps, just trying a few minutes of practice a day. And a lot of people find it helpful to listen to guided mindfulness meditations, so that you're not on your own in silence, subject to being hostage by your own brain, but like listening to some guided mindfulness meditation so that kind of helps you stay on track to notice your moment to moment experience and working through natural judgments that arise. Um, And yeah, and it's wonderful when you are able to really access that moment of true presence. There's like this, oftentimes there's a sense of either like sublime peace or this sense of awe at the wonder of how amazing this moment really is. And you know, some people joke that um, you know, like they're afraid of being mindful all the time because they'd be walking around with their mouth or their jaw wide open, gazing at how, you know, beautiful the world is, and oh my goodness, I might just fall in love with everyone I meet. uh, just noticing the beauty and the richness of how amazing this life and this experience and this earth is. And you know, and that's one of the my own personal missions of sharing mindfulness with others is, you know, the more we tend to um, notice things, the more we learn about things, the more we understand them, the more we tend to care for them. And the more we care for things, the more we tend to want to support them. And so, you know, my mission in sharing mindfulness exercises is to help us take care of ourselves through bringing mindfulness to ourselves, to help us to take care of each other as we bring mindfulness to each other, and to help us to take care of our planet as we bring mindfulness to the earth.